what we know? What is derivative? Now, derivative is rate of change. That's why it is the name of the chapter. It is derivative as a rate measure. That means using derivative we can measure the rate of change. You see here there is a curve, okay, y with respect to x, okay. It is a function y is drawn here by this curve. Y is the dependent variable and x is the independent variable. We took 2 points P and Q where the coordinate of P x comma y and the coordinate of Q x plus delta x comma y plus delta y. So what is the change in x? That is delta x, and change in y, this is delta y, okay. If you join these 2 points and if we extend it, it intersects x axis at this point and it makes an angle theta with positive direction of x axis in anti-clockwise direction. So we can say that tan theta is equal to delta x, tan theta, this angle, if this angle is theta, then this one is also theta. So tan theta means perpendicular by base, delta y by delta x, okay. That is change in y with respect to change in x. So this delta y by delta x is known as average rate of change, okay. This delta y by delta x is known as average rate of change. Now if we take that limit delta x tends to 0, that means this change in x is very small, then this point Q, it is very nearer to P, or you can say this point Q approaches to P, okay. Then this delta y by delta x is known as dy dx. This term you can say again, limit theta tends to psi. You see, if you decrease this value, this delta x, what will happen? You see this point Q, this is the chord, okay. This point Q moves along this curve, then this chord also will move like this, and when delta x tends to 0, this chord will be the tangent at that point P, okay. You see, as the Q moves along this curve, then this chord also it is moving, and at the point P, when delta x tends to 0, at the point P it will be tangent, okay. So delta x tends to 0 can be said as theta tends to psi. Then this tan theta, limit theta tends to psi, tan theta can be written as tan psi, and this term we wrote, that is dy dx. So dy dx is tan psi, that is the slope of that tangent at that particular point P. This term is known as instantaneous rate of change of y with respect to x. That is rate of change in y with respect to x at the point P, where the coordinate is x comma y. That's why derivative, it is nothing but measurement of rate of change. Let us see some problem of this chapter. The first problem is find the rate of change of volume of a sphere with respect to its surface area when the radius is 2 cm. So let the radius of the sphere is as centimeter. Then what is the volume? We know the volume of the sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube, and the total surface area, that is 4 pi r square. So change in volume with respect to the radius, that is dv dr, this value, and the change in surface area with respect to the radius, that is dA dr, that is equal to this. Now change in volume with respect to the surface area, that is dV dA, that is equal to dV dr into dr dA. We will get this. Therefore and it is given that r is equal to 2 centimeters. So putting the value of r is equal to 2, we will get this, that is the rate of change of the volume of a sphere with respect to its surface area is 1 unit when the radius is 2 centimeter. Okay. Another problem is given. A man 160 centimeter tall walks from a source of light situated at the top of a pole 6 meter high at the rate of 1.1 meter per second. That means the man walks at the rate of 1.1 meter per second. How fast is the length of his shadow increasing when he is 1 meter away from the pole? So this is the diagram. Let AB is the pole of 6 meter high, CD is the man of 160 centimeter, that is 1.6 meter high tall, D is the shadow length then, and BD is the distance between the pole and the man. Okay. Then this triangle ABE and triangle CDE, these are similar triangle. So the corresponding sides are proportional, that is AB by CD is equal to BE by DE. Putting the values and then by calculating, we will get 11y is equal to 4x. Differentiating both sides with respect to x, that is 11 dy dt is equal to 4 dx dt. Dx dt, that is 1.1 meter per second. Putting the value of dx dt, we will get the value of dy dt, that is the rate of change of shadow length. Therefore, the length of the shadow is increasing at the rate of 0.4 meter per second. Another problem is given. Inverted right circular cone of height 18 centimeter and base diameter 10 centimeter is filling at the rate of 4 centimeter cube per minute. How fast the height of the cone is increasing when the depth of the water is 12 centimeter. This is the inverted cone. Okay. Let at time t the volume of the water that is filled is v centimeter cube and the height of that water is h and the radius of the top level is r centimeter. Okay. So we can say that v is equal to 1/3 pi r square h. That is the formula to find the volume of a right circular cone. Okay. Now you see in this triangle ABC and triangle ADE, these two are similar triangle. So the ratio of their corresponding sides are equal, that is BC by AC, that will be equal to DE by AE. Okay. BC is r centimeter, AC is 8 centimeter and DE, that is the radius, the diameter is given 10 centimeter, so the radius is 5 centimeter and the height of the cone is given 18 centimeter. So r by a is equal to 5 by 18, that is r is equal to 5 by 18 into h. Putting the value of r there in this equation, we will get this expression. Now differentiating both sides, we will get this. Okay. Now what is given? The given value of dVdt is 4 centimeter cube per minute and we have to find dH dt when the depth of the water is 12 centimeter, that is h is equal to given 12. Then by calculating we will get dH dt is equal to 0.11, that is the height of the cone is increasing at the rate of 0.11 centimeter per minute.